Welcome to Sports Sushi. Your chefs for tonight are Sports Plug Russ, serving up the spiciest sports takes of the week. Sterling Furrow, rolling the X's and O's into an analytical maki platter. And finally, the moderator who always keeps the sake flowing, DJ Slow Boogie. Now grab those chopsticks and get ready, because your order of fresh and raw sports sushi is up.
Welcome.
What's up? Bingo. Hey man, it's Wednesday, and what day is it?
Hump day! You know what I'm talking about?
It's also sushi day.
It is.
Hope he went there.
That's my favorite thing to do is your hump day. I do it all the time. But yeah, it's sushi day.
It is.
They don't have the
day.
same ring.
It's
the day of the sushi.
Yeah, it's sushi and hump. Nah, it ain't got a ring to it. It's hump day, but it's also Sports Sushi new episode today, man. If you tuned in, appreciate you for tuning in with us like always. If you tuned in to Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, bitch.
It wasn't sushi, but I had the best rolled breakfast burrito I've ever had in my entire life this morning.
And I bet you it punch you in the guts.
Dude, this thing was a monster. It was like a fat baby's leg, but it was rolled so tight, so tight.
So it was rolled tight. Yeah, those are the best ones that don't break. What was in it? So what you get?
It was chorizo, bacon, eggs, hash browns, jalapenos, and cheese.
Oh boy, you had the 11 o'clock special.
Like it felt heavier than a football.
Yeah, Chris, I know.
Yeah.
All the shit you described, I was like, yeah. The only thing he didn't have was fucking beans and shit, and then you would have been. Yeah, you would have been.
I know when you ate that, your whole entire inside of your body was. What is he doing?
So I picked up this 2-pound burrito right when I had to pick up a Tesla, and I had basically 3 hours to kill to pick up this Tesla, and then somebody was picking me up where I was dropping the Tesla off, and taking me 40 minutes to somewhere else. So for 3 hours, I'm just chilling in the Tesla. I'm watching TV on the panel and stuff. And what else did I have to do but eat this 2-pound freaking burrito?
You stuck some hot sauce on my burrito, baby.
So I'm all good to go. I'm fine. I dropped the Tesla off, get in the back of the shuttle's car, and knowing there's 40 minutes between me and the next stop, immediately that burrito starts gurgling.
Hold on, wait a minute. So you knowingly ate a pound plus burrito. We're thinking 2-pound burrito, knowing that you had to take a 40-minute drive, and you wasn't about to.
It never occurred to me. I'm like, I got time on my hands. I'm just sitting here. I'm gonna keep munching.
Boy, your stomach was
emotional damage.
That chorizo and that fucking jalapeno.
You deserve whatever punishment your asshole gave you.
There was the chicken hot sauce or the rooster.
You put the fucking sriracha sauce on it.
Oh, boy, your stomach should hate you.
No wonder, Chris.
I know his stomach was like, this motherfucker. He just keeps dumping this shit in.
Yeah, it was a photo finish.
We can't even. We can't. All right.
We've all had close calls before. All right. Look, moving on. All right, man. Look, it's always a good thing whenever music and sports can mix together. It's always a good mixture. It's proven to be a great mixture, and it's given us hours and hours and years of entertainment for the good and the bad. Whether it's a rapper going into the arena of sports and and showcasing his talents against professionals, like in celebrity games like Quavo and shit like that.
They need to bring Rock and Jock back. All this social media, all these creators, bring MTV.
Yeah, Rock and Jock.
Want to get back on? Bring back Rock and Jock.
Yeah,
the 3-level goals. Remember they had like the the 20-pointer or whatever, the
Mhm.
15-pointer, and the regular goal with the threes and the twos.
It was
He
Dan
had the
Cortez and Bill Bellamy. Them
Justin
motherfuckers.
Timberlake
no,
wouldn't exist
no.
without
Okay,
Rock and Jock.
all right. Let me ask y'all this though. What was the biggest moment in Rock and Jock history? There was two of them to me, but what
Okay,
was the biggest?
so are we talking about basketball or the baseball one?
The
Because
basketball one.
I watched most of the baseball
I
ones
don't know the
episodes.
basketball one. The basketball one is the best thing ever invented. Did you watch
Uh,
the best?
I seen a couple weeks ago, but
Queen, okay, Queen
Queen
Latifah.
Latifah.
Look up Queen
Hold on, what did she do?
Latifah
Hold on, what did she
giving
do?
Sean Kemp the business.
Oh yeah,
Queen Latifah treated him like they was playing pickup, and she was the last one picked up and said, "Nah, y'all got me messed up. Post moves in out." I think she made him fall once, and then that's when we found out that Brian McKnight can hoop,
yeah,
like it's
yeah,
not a game. He had that glitter ball going crazy. Yeah, I'm
yeah.
not old, but he had
No,
that glitter ball going crazy.
but yeah,
Like, oh no,
Rock and Jocks always surprised you. You know,
no, if
it never,
MTV bring that back, please
yeah.
bring that shit back. That
But
shit was
they not
fire
gonna
in the
do
business.
that shit. Y'all motherfuckers play anything and everything except music videos. Y'all can bring back Rock and Jock.
They should, because people would actually pay to go watch that, especially what we're about to talk about.
Yeah,
Like you put them two on a team, Chris
so so
Brown.
so let's go ahead and get into it. So hip hop rapper and star that just started a music podcast, not music, sports podcast called "It Is What It Is." If you haven't seen it, go check it out because
My
the shit's
God.
fucking hilarious.
Oh
So
my God.
it's him and fellow Harlem Night rapper Mace. And if you know rap, and hip hop, you know their history, on and off. They hooped together as in high school,
Yeah.
and they were ranked in the nation. Cameron, I know actually was ranked in the nation, but they got ball skills. Pause. And you will hear that a lot
Ah,
through their yeah, you'll hear that a lot through their show. But also you will hear is that Cameron has a budding beef with Mario Chalmers, where he has recently called him out on a one-on-one game. Now, if you don't know, Cameron has he can hoop
you go.
he can hoop
But no, he go.
yeah, yeah, but Mario
But
Chalmers is Mario Chalmers. He's a world
man, I'm like,
champion.
okay, hold up. I'm just gonna say this. Cameron, there was no reason for you to bring up that man's salary.
Hey,
At
so
all.
yeah, so let's go ahead
Like,
and kind of just
hey,
get to
Cameron went
get
straight to the skull. And he
yeah.
was like, you know what, fuck it. He's
Yeah,
like,
he went to the he went to
he said, I
the
gotta embarrass
NBA
you.
the Players Association, and he cut a promo about it. And hold on, let me just tell you just a couple of excerpts from it. He says, hey, Mario Chalmers 6, M Chalmers 6 is tag. I asked him if you could come here. They said no. I told them that's not right. They need. They said they were done with you, and you better not. They better not even see you outside. I'm doing my best to advocate you, but it doesn't look good. He says I totally been practicing in Dave and Buster's and playing little kids for ear pods, and I didn't like it. I'll keep you updated on what they say. So Cameron is having a lot of fun at the
No.
probably, and also let me just say he said that he can beat him confidently in a game of 1v1. All he needed was
But the
10
Negro
days.
said no, he said 40. He changed to 45.
Okay,
When Mario started talking back, he said 10 days at first. And then when Mario started talking back, he was like, I ain't know you gonna answer me, my boy. He goes, and since life threw you a curveball and you're only making 138 now, I was like, damn. I was like, oh my God. He was like, I'm trying to help you out. And he said, I'll put you on pay-per-view. I was like, oh. I was like, but Mario, of course, responded because there's an opportunity to make some money here.
right.
So, like, he said, but then when he responded, he was like, realistically, give me like 45 days, which lets you know, yeah, Cameron is a hooper.
Yeah.
But this man been hooping in like Zimbabwe or some weird place that we don't know exists. And he also was hooping overseas, but you know what I'm saying? Like, he's actively hooping. So, if I'm Cameron, I would just keep making the jokes and try to stay off the court for as long as possible until people actually said they was going to pay for a pay-per-view. Because he's like, I'll get a pay-per-view going. I wouldn't pay for a pay-per-view.
Yeah,
But
and that was gonna be my next question. Like, would you actually like pay to see this?
see, that's something that I wouldn't pay to watch on TV. But if I was like in New York, I would definitely go to like one of the parks that they doing it at for sure.
It's definitely gonna
That's
be
live for sure.
It's definitely
But
gonna
I mean, I would put it this way though: for all y'all don't know, like Mario Chalmers just got through beating Hezzy God. So Cameron, unless you can beat the Hezzy God, Like, I'd suggest you stay the fuck away. This shit ain't gonna end well for you, my boy. like if you don't know who the Hezzy guy is, go look that shit up. If you don't know, then you about to find out. And Mario beat that man 1-on-1. So like, and that's just let you know how good NBA players are compared to everybody else. People forget.
Yes.
Like, yes, he was the whipping boy of the Miami Heat when they were winning championships. Also started at point guard when they were winning championships. He also won a national championship against Derrick Rose's squad in Memphis. So the man's not no slouch. He's just someone that responds to shit talk because he likes to shit talk.
Yeah, indeed. So,
Notice he said he'd play him and beat him, but he would not bet him any money.
Yeah.
We'll get into some bets that I think are stupid in a little bit, but yeah. Fucking right. But yeah.
But yeah, so that's something that really, made me chuckle and
it was hilarious. If you get a chance, you gotta go watch. You gotta go watch Cameron. It's fucking funny, and you gotta watch Mario respond. I mean, it's like, and then you gotta watch Mario respond just so you can get the context for Cameron's next response. But Cameron's fucking hilarious. So
yes,
like,
he is.
The curveball line. Just wait for the curveball line.
Yes.
Even Mason's taking it back.
The show,
life threw you a curveball. I just want to help you out. You went from making me.
The show from top to bottom is hilarious. Follow Cameron.
I gotta watch it more. I can't lie. I gotta watch it more.
Yeah. And also if you don't follow him, he's hilarious as well. But
Cameron, I love your music though, for sure.
Oh yeah.
I was all about the moody, cootie, foodie, bluedy,
I always told people that some people like Nas and stuff like that, but Cameron was my Nas.
I was dope, bro.
I sat there and I ran, fucking Come Home With Me, Purple Haze, a lot of the Dipset shits.
Welcome to Purple Haze.
Yeah, yes.
I used to say that nobody would know what I mean. I would just be ready to get ready to smoke. Like, welcome to Purple Haze. What you talking about, man? You need to jam that.
Yes, jam that, man. Go stream and shit, man. If you haven't,
what means the world to you? Come on, man.
Horse and Carriage, Confession, not a Confession Fire.
Caramel's a motherfucker. Top 50.
I say, I mean, somewhere, maybe, I give it to him, in my personal.
There's no goes top 25.
But definitely
when they keep going till you fucking go, no.
Whenever they had they run, man, it was special, man.
It was dope. Joel Santana go hard. You know what I'm saying? Fuck what you heard. Some people out there don't think Joel's goes hard.
Nah, man, Joel's had it to the point where it was him and Wayne, and they was just Dudley boys and shit, dog, just putting tracks.
I'm not gonna lie. Let's not talk about that.
Can't feel my face.
I know, but the way Wayne was doing people on songs back then, a lot of people don't even remember Joel was on that CD.
Yeah. But he was there.
No, he was there. Aaron was there too.
Yeah.
Wayne from 2004 to about 2009 was. Yeah, man, number one.
He was definitely different. He was definitely different. But
I said it. As far as a rapper, he was number one, man.
Let's go over to the next subject we have is this day in sports. What do you have for us, Russ?
All right, people, let's go ahead and learn something today. On this day in sports in 1960, baseball uniforms, which was a catalyst to every other uniform, began displaying player names on their backs. Before then, they didn't have any player names on their backs, nothing at all. It was just the numbers. So the White Sox were the first team that did it. A couple things that did come up, that we can be happy about. Was 1963 to 1970s, guys started putting nicknames on jerseys, and I was like, what does it mean to have nicknames on jersey? It gave birth to a name that you're probably going to see pop up on your screen at some point, but the He Hate Me, probably the best nickname jersey of all time.
Why they named it that, Russ?
Because they always hate.
That's right. His words were quoted.
Bro, when he explained it, I know everybody was watching the first XFL like, yes! Yes!
Because Ron Smart, so if people are not familiar with Ron Smart, I think it was him and what's the quarterback? Maddox? It was
Tommy Maddox. He was on the like LA team.
Yeah, and Tommy Maddox was like the only two players to make that transition.
Oh yeah.
From the XFL to the league, and Tommy Maddox went and played off in Pittsburgh.
He played in Denver too, I think.
Yeah, I think a little bit. And Rod Smart.
No, it's Pittsburgh. No, you're right. It's Pittsburgh. It's
And
Pittsburgh.
Rod Smart.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad, Boogie. Since it is this day in sports, let me introduce y'all to another history lesson. The reason why I said Denver was because I believe Tony Maddox was drafted by the Denver Broncos to be the heir apparent to John Elway, and he flamed out. And then he got a second chance in the XFL, and then he went to the Steelers. So that's why I thought he was with the Broncos. I have another tidbit about these jerseys, though, because I'm taking this opportunity to teach y'all a little something, learn something if you didn't know something. You know what I'm talking about? So, future Hall of Famer Elvin Hayes, the Big E, was one of the first basketball player to rock a nickname on his jersey, and he did it in stylish fashion by putting a big E. Literally, he had a capital E stitched in the back. That was the shit. And he did it once right by itself. Then he did it again with some flair. He put little parentheses around it. One of the most famous nickname jerseys ever of all times was the Pistol Pete. He was one of the players in the 1970s that wore only his nickname on his jersey with his time with the Atlanta Hawks and with the New Orleans Jazz.
Not PC today.
Definitely not PC.
Huh?
He said it's definitely not.
Oh, PC? Yeah, it's not. But that also brings me to the greatest nickname in sports history, and that was the Houston Colt 45s. I succumbed to that. That shit was amazing, and I don't care about what society thinks. I do care. It's not a good name. Y'all bring it back. I don't. If y'all would have come out and be like, "Yo, it's the 45s," or it's the Colts 45. You gotta say both. You gotta say, I forget what comedic Colt 45. You know what I'm saying?
Ironically, whenever I first heard that, I didn't think of actual, pistol and revolver. I thought it was the fucking malt liquor. I was like, why the fuck named after?
When I saw the jersey, I immediately knew. Because at first, when my homie told me, I was like, why would you name yourself after a malt liquor?
Yeah.
Why would you a corner store liquor? You know what I'm saying? But then I saw the jersey, and the jersey was fire because it had the gun and it had the smoke that went into the .45. What? And it said Colt, and the gun was spelled Colt.
Yeah.
Boy.
It was a cold jersey, man. But definitely not PC.
One more I got for you. Johnny Lemaster, he responded to the booing of opposing teams' fans in 1979 by replacing his last name with the three letters that spelled boo.
Boo.
Robert Griffin III was the first person to put their the third on the back of a jersey. And Ichiro, because he's from Japan, he chose to take off Suzuki and change it to Ichiro like they do in the Japan leagues. And of course, my favorite, one close to home, Chad Johnson, changing his name to the lovely Ocho Cinco, which we know him as today. Oh, one more, my bad. There was also a man in 2007, I believe it was. He had 14 letters in his name. His name was Jared Salamakashi.
Oh, shit.
I'm not gonna try it again. Salamat.
The longest.
Okay, hold up. Let me see. Saltalamakeas. Oh, I think I got it. I think it's Saltalamakeas. I think it's Saltalamakeas. SALTALAMACCHIA''S.
Is it a dual Raheem?
Saltamakea.
That was the guy that used to play for the 76ers.
No, he played baseball. He played for
no. I'm talking about Abdul Rahim. Is that?
Abdul Rauf Rahim.
Yeah,
Abdul Rauf.
That was the person who I thought had the longest name in his jersey.
He was nice too.
Yeah, he was.
I'm trying to see if there's any more. You know what I'm saying? Oh, then we had the King James, the Troop jersey, the Jesus Sutherland jerseys. But yeah, there you go. 1960 started off. There was a guy that put Moog on his jersey. Another guy put Goober on his, and that was the first offensive jersey. And the San Francisco 49ers was like, he's not gonna do that again.
Okay. What about the Wahoo guy?
I didn't want to bring him up because when I said his name out loud, I was like, damn, I mean, I can talk about it. Boogie can probably talk about it.
I don't think you are Native Americans.
Is he Native?
I don't think that guy is either, but that's what Wahoo is.
That's why I didn't want to talk about him, because I didn't want to paint him in that light, because if you're not Native American and you got Wahoo on the back of your jersey.
That's not cool, man.
That's not cool at all. So I put that, but I was like, man, I'm just going to let the viewers see that and then wonder. But Wahoo McDaniels did that for the Miami Dolphins in 1966. He was a punter.
Maybe he has some native in him. Who knows?
Man, I'm not going. 1966.
You know what?
1966. Chris, what you think?
Nope, we wouldn't have let him on the field.
Like I say, native. I mean,
I hope
maybe he's not. Hey,
the
bro,
you know the name of the Cleveland old mascot. So there you have it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna leave that one alone. But yo, Ed McDaniel, if you're still among us, if you're not, I mean, you did what you did, but it's a new day. You can always get better. And if you're dead, well, hey, ain't no matter to you no more.
Yeah.
All right, so I hope you learned something. Hope you have
You
fun
think
with
he
that.
got an Indian burial?
I don't want to know.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't want to get into.
Oh, they end up becoming a pro wrestler for the NWA. Wahoo McDaniel. Okay, let me go ahead and look that up. Beat Ric Flair for the belt. Look at that, Nature Boy. Woo!
Oh wow! Thank you, Ghost.
Yeah, goes with the
Ghost with addition. See what happens.
Jay White fighting on AEW right now. But anyway,
was he the first former NFL player to make the switch to wrestling?
I don't know, but we should actually kind of do a show about that. I watch a lot of wrestling, so I'll look it up. I'll look it up. You know what? But let's go ahead and get into our next subject. We got boxing coming up. Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia are scheduled to fight this weekend. But there were some interesting developments leading up until the fight where they did.
It's cool, okay. Guys. He's officially Native American.
Yeah. All right, so it's good.
Okay, cool. All right, Wahoo. Yeah. Whoa. So why would you?
All the jokes fly.
Yeah. So everything.
Okay. Cool. All right. Cool. It's good. All right. Cool.
Confirmed by our fact checker, Ghost. Shout out to Ghost. I'm side checking facts.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
McDaniels was Native American. He was cool with it, so we're allowed to use it.
Yeah,
all right, so that works. As long as you know what I'm saying. I don't have the first one, but I do have a couple. I'm trying to look at the dates that they went to the wrestling. I do know that the best one of all time to make the switch is Pat fucking McAfee. No, he's not. Brock Lesnar is. I forgot Brock Lesnar.
No, there's others, that played football.
You got the Rock's in the argument.
Yeah, the Rock.
He doesn't count as.
He played at Miami. You got
no, I meant pro. I said NFL.
Oh, you talking about pro?
Yeah, NFL.
No, I think that was a jump to Hollywood. I was gonna say, what's his name? That was
Goldberg. My bad. Goldberg played for Falcons.
Yeah, Goldberg. Yeah.
What was the 80s
like
action movie guy?
You talking about Roddy Piper?
No, he was. I think he was another Florida Hurricane. But 80s action star that came from the NFL.
I don't count if you come from the college.
He had a mullet. He did super cheesy movies.
Mark Gastineau? I'm just guessing.
No. Oh, damn! I can't believe I can't remember this dude's name. I'll find it out. Keep going.
Yeah, I have no idea, but yeah, okay, my bad. I'll take that back. It's not Pat. Pat's top 3 though, because Brock Lesnar's probably number 1.
And Baron Corbin is another one that played in the Colts. He was actually Pat's teammate.
Oh yeah.
So there's guys like they have like Roman Reigns is another one that played ball.
He played in the NFL or just played ball?
Braun Breaker is another one that played a little bit for the Ravens. He's like having a hell of a run in NXT. So there's a lot of guys that play football. He was Mondo McMichael was on the '85 Bears. Became a 4 horseman. So it's a lot.
I can't go that far back.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's
Brian Bosworth.
Yeah, Brian Bosworth.
The Boz.
Lawrence Taylor had a big match against
the Boz. I fuck with the Boz. Boomer Sooner for sure.
But yeah, they had guys that go, but we will go ahead and kind of get into that a little later. But as of right now, Ryan Garcia.
I still take Pat over about a lot of those. Pat McAfee's pretty fucking good at this.
But Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis are going heads up this weekend. But prior to their face-up, they actually agreed on putting their fight purses up against one another, where it's essentially a winner takes all. So if Ryan wins, he takes both his winnings and Tank's winnings, and if Tank wins, vice versa.
Publicity stunt or legit?
I'm looking at it as a publicity stunt because
you know why it's a publicity stunt?
You got a lot of people to pay.
No, you got a lot of people to pay, and right now, I believe both of them would make around $2.5 million. If you just so happen to, that's not pay-per-view numbers, and they're expected to do 85 million plus and split that. So like, there's no way on God's green earth or whoever you pray to's green earth that you would bet that purse win or lose if it's going to be split. Like, there's no way. But it's a great publicity stunt. And I know it's a publicity stunt too, because you wouldn't get on that dude Kai's, that funny little guy with the dreads.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't get on his podcast and do it like that if it wasn't a publicity stunt.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So
These dudes are gonna rake in over $100 million pay-per-view.
yeah, I ain't giving you nada.
I'm gonna go watch it though. I'm gonna go watch it somewhere.
Yeah, definitely gonna watch it. But
I gotta find me someplace to watch it around me. But I'm gonna go watch that for sure.
yeah, I'm just not going to go ahead and give you 2 point whatever $1 million. If I in case
that's not even a sound business decision.
I'm not going to be knocked out and then be broke or
Now if you wanna come to, but now here's what can happen though. See, because right now they could walk around it by saying, yeah, I'll bet the purse right now, because right now the purse $2.5 million, and so once they add everything together, if you end up making $45 million, $50 million, and you only got to give up 2.5 is a lot of money. But compared to the rest, if you only got to give up 2.5, and they can do it that way, which is the way they could do it and still make it legit. But there's no way that they're betting their entire half of this person.
Yeah.
No way in hell that you would do
it's
this.
Gonna be a
Yeah,
draw.
and I don't think it's going to. They're including like
That too. But I don't think boxing is rigged.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, they're not giving you. They're not going to give you their pay-per-view buys.
No, I don't think boxing is rigged. I think boxing judges fuck shit up sometimes. But I don't think boxing is rigged.
It's the easiest sport in the world to rig.
I mean, they have a good history of them getting fights fixed. So
If boxing, okay, let me ask you this. If boxing was rigged, then why in the hell would they let Floyd Mayweather, one of the most hated humans in the history, be the best boxer ever and undefeated? If it was really rigged. If it was really rigged, why would you not?
Has a title reign for over 1,000 days.
I don't think a career is mapped out to that level of rigged, but I think on a fight by fight basis, the fights are rigged often.
So you don't think that at a certain point in time, when they realized these people don't like Floyd as much, or a lot of people don't like Floyd as much. I love Floyd, by the way, but people don't like him as much, and they would love when he got to the point where people would love to see him lose. If you can manufacture that, you do, because then you can make him fight again.
So I'll give you the opposite end of the spectrum. That was the argument everybody gave for the Bills winning the third, fourth. They couldn't lose 3 in a row. They couldn't lose 4 in a row, and so everybody started betting on them out of spite because they were due. And on the flip side, if everyone continues to expect Mayweather to lose and they hate bet against him, then it's in the best interest for him to keep winning for the most money.
No, but I'm saying we lived it though, so we know that the hate betting was on par or about the same as the love betting. Like it was like they were both he was just bringing in a shit ton of money.
And you also have to take into equation the next fight. So like boxing is bigger than just this moment, this fight. It's setting up the next payday. So if having somebody win is the path to making more money, and then the next time having them win is the path to making more money because it sets up a bigger fight, then there's motive there, and it's only one person you have to compromise. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think sports are rigged, but I don't think that boxing's rigged. I think that sometimes judges just make stupid decisions. Yes, Conor would have beat Floyd as well because they had no reason to let Floyd win that. But I'm just saying, like, if boxing was really rigged or sports are really rigged, a lot of shit would not be able to happen. I think just people make mistakes, and those mistakes allow, teams to lose within the rules. The Dez catch. That wasn't rigged. That was just a mistake. Like this, boxers that lose because a judge marks, too many points for one round when he should have evened it up, things like that. Like but that's sport. That's what happens to the human element. I'm saying, shit, you don't get balls and strikes called perfectly every time. Like that's why you have to win overwhelmingly. That's why I say win convincingly. Leave no doubt.
There's the other end where, you have got, and I can't contest to the day, and saying that pride fighting was rigged. Yakuza, that shit.
I'm talking about things that are based in America.
Yes, the sumo fights are definitely 100%, fixed. But
yes,
like in the States, there's not so much with a ref, but there are fighters that could take a dive. Now let me tell you something. Now there was a fighter named Clifford Etienne, and he fought. He was called the Black Rhino, I believe, and was from New Orleans, in Louisiana. And I followed, his career, his early career, and then he ended up having a title fight against Mike Tyson. And you could not tell me, looking at his previous fights leading up to this one, that he did not lay down. Like he went in there and he said, "Easy payday," and took.
Anything that involves humans and money, I automatically assume is corrupted in some way.
Yeah,
I don't think it's corrupted. I just think people want to believe that it is so corrupted. Like things are gonna happen in anything that deals with anything. Shit, money ain't gotta be involved.
Let me ask you this way.
Motherfuckers cheating video games.
Which do you think?
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, like money ain't gotta be involved. Someone's gonna try. And anything you do that involves beating somebody, someone's gonna try to find an upper hand in any way.
Which do you think is more likely? That all boxing matches are on the up and up, or that some boxing matches have been fixed?
I don't think they're fixed by like outside sources saying
Which do you think is more likely?
No, I'm giving my answer. So
let me just say this.
No, go ahead.
This one, I believe, on certain levels, yes. Like let's talk about like maybe an amateur level where you got people that still bet on these semi-pro and these which probably that level where they probably don't do a lot of investigating.
Let's just leave it to title fights. So title fights. Each of you guys give your answer on which you think is more likely, that all title fights are clean or that some title fights have been fixed, regardless of how you define fixed.
We're talking about level.
Yes, of course. Regardless of how you define fixed, there's no, of course, because I was just gonna say I don't think it's necessarily someone being like, "Yo, do this because we don't like this guy," but I damn sure think that a fighter is known. Hey, man, if I go down in round 4. These guys that bet this much money said they'd break me off this much, and that's more than my purse, and I can double up. Yeah. So, like, I definitely believe something like that has happened because that's just smart.
Yeah, like
if you're a fighter, fighter that's not in it for legacy, that's smart. Like, take a dive.
Fuck pride.
Yeah, pride hurts. It never helps.
Okay, guys, let's be honest. If you're in the fight game, you really probably don't got much else that you was really trying to do because fighting's the last resort anyway. So if you're in the fight game, you're not really doing much else. Not saying that fight people.
Yeah, but once you're a diver, I think your career's done at that point.
But once you're a diver, you're trying to get that last check.
Yeah.
You realize at that point. You realized at that point you're not in this for legacy. Yeah. You're not fitting to be remembered as a great fighter. So let me cash out. But I don't think shit's like wrestling where it's like predetermined and scripted.
Yeah, no. I think
yeah.
And and then there's
even the Paul fights?
Even the which fights?
The Paul fights. Now
I'm up in I don't think those are scripted. I'm up in the air about those. Like with
the Paul fights, I think he picks his opponents very carefully, and this is
whether or not they'll agree to a dive clause.
I think some of the people he gets, so what I've heard is that there was rumored that there was a no knockout clause, like you can't knock him out. If you knock him out, you get less money or some shit like that. So I'm not sure, because I never seen it, but it's just what I've heard, and people the rumors. But yeah, if some shit's in there like that, then it's like both fighters.
Well, if he doing that, what I'm saying, and you agree to that, then that is what it is. But I mean,
do I think I don't think that they're 100% fair fights. I always think that you're looking for the competitive advantage somewhere somehow, whether you use different tape on your gloves. What
was that Ali where you put the stuff in the you put the stuff on top of the gloves?
It's a bunch of shit that
I'm a fight blind.
It's a bunch of shit that people want to do for a competitive advantage. It's just,
I think boxing isn't fixed the way Madden isn't fixed.
Madden is 100% fixed. But let's not get into that here. Let's not get that.
I mean, hey man, we keep buying it.
Yeah. But hopefully,
we can have an episode. We can have a whole
I
episode.
mean, but hopefully we when this Maxim football comes out, it's a free to play football game.
I think it's gonna run its course and not gonna be it's gonna take it. It's gonna take time for it to reach its.
I think definitely it'll take time. It'll definitely take time to kind of
Mayweather should have checked his opponent's gloves and approved them.
Yeah.
See, I think cheating goes on way more than fixing, Chris. Like way more than someone trying to fix a fight. Like
what
I
is
think
fixing other than cheating with a financial gain to it?
No. I mean like literally like, hey, I'm gonna put bricks in my glove. Not like hey, you're gonna take a dive or like we got the fight and we're gonna script it out and I'm talking about like really like Bill Belichick. I'm gonna tape your fucking practices.
Well, let me put it this way: if you're
like.
Let's just use the bricks in the gloves example. If you're going to the lengths of putting weights in your gloves, why would you stop at not betting on yourself to win and make money if you're cheating to win anyway?
That's two different things. I'm just saying I
two
think
different things, but if I'm doing one and I know I'm giving myself an advantage to win, am I going to suddenly draw a moral line at betting?
That doesn't make them simultaneous. That's not saying that it's wrong. I'm just saying that doesn't make those two things simultaneous. You're not going to do all those at the same time every time.
If I'm just saying that I believe in my advantage, I'm definitely betting on it.
But you may not bet on it every time.
Every time I fix a fight in my advantage, I'm certainly betting on it.
Maybe not. Maybe not the first one. You got to check that shit out. Someone else may bet for you. But I feel what you're saying. I'm just saying there's two things. Like if I say people cheat more, like I said earlier, people cheat on shit that you don't bet money on. Like that's what I mean. Like that's what I'm trying to say. Like people cheat.
There's no joy in a stolen victory.
Yeah, shit. Tell those the people that like to win that much. Because I know people that will look at you and say a win is a win. Tell me that when I'm standing on the first place podium. Because you know what always happens when you stand on the first place podium? Everybody's bitching at you. So it all starts to sound like loud noise of motherfuckers that just didn't win like you. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it is. So we could be at the bottom saying, oh, you cheated. All you hear from the top is, oh, I didn't win like you. So it don't really, like, it doesn't really resonate. Like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't. No,
it depends on the person and what's important to them.
Look, if it's money on the line, and I put my money, I want to know that I got a good
What's important? Y'all in the division, Chris. What's important to the Patriots? Because we know they cheated. We know they cheated. We know for a fact they cheated. They will look at you right now and say, how you like these rings, Buffalo, that we won?
I'll give you the quintessential advantage. Our Madden League has been overrun with the cheese factories. They're churning butter faster than you can spin it out.
It's all
now, y'all know nothing of cheese.
Now I know I know when it gets to the playoffs or the Super Bowl that the only way for me to be competitive against the teams I'm facing is to match the cheese. But I'm not going to do that because I don't want a fake Super Bowl victory that I out-cheese to win.
Double up on the cheese, Chris, and that's your problem. You got to double up on the cheese, dog. You fight cheese.
I hope a couple of my boys from there is watching, but goes, you'll feel, hey, CPG stands for man, cheese probably guaranteed. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, I'm not even the best player, but they done looked at me and said, hey, man, that's a little fishy. And I said, yeah, cheese, nigga. Because when it gets down to the nitty gritty, oh, shit, man. Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I'll say this, since we're on the topic of the game, to everybody that played, the game is so badly made that they've made it to where you have to play in a certain manner. It's just you have to have a gentleman's agreement, like we won't hover, bro. Like certain things like that we're not gonna hover, dog. We're not gonna run RPO alert, that little RPO alert play that they had to ban. We're not gonna run that. Some people still run it. Some people allow it in leagues. People just won't let it go. You know what I'm saying?
It completely undermines
Look like Derek White.
The purpose of the competition when you have to make these stupid house rules and then police them.
I told y'all to come fuck with us at CPG, bro. It's live, but because it's easy to police, bro. Because at a certain level, you just like you don't. Everybody doesn't want to deal with that shit, and once you get good or okay at the game, like you want to play people that are good at the game, but that can also withstand that shit. We got this guy in there, TMT, like he cold as fuck. Like he's showed us every way in the world to break. He's won like 3 Super Bowls in a row or some shit like that in every league. Like he's dope. but he's done it in all different ways. And he just watching him play. I just got to the point where the game just fucked up, bro.
Yeah.
Like we need to stop looking at ways to be like people.
They're no longer playing football. They're manipulating a video game.
But you can't play football on Madden.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's definitely
like
the argument.
The fundamental part about it is this: that you can't even call plays that will stop the plays that they're designed to stop. And so the game is fundamentally broken now.
I don't even get mad at the cheesers no more. Like there's some stuff that's egregious.
They've beaten me into submission.
Well, there's some stuff that's egregious, which you have to just outlaw out of your league. Like some stuff that just truly just breaks the fucking game. Like just really breaks it. You have to outlaw. But for the most part, like you just have to have a gentleman's agreement and pact that we about to play Madden, bro. Which on the cool, y'all. Let's be honest. We 30s, some of us 40s. We've been around. Madden's always been this way, bro. Like I think now is just the fact that everybody that's played the game, they now have grown adults.
The problem is it doesn't need to be this way now. All they have to do is take their finger off the scale, and the game's automatically a better game.
That's true.
The minor, tiny little nuances that they have to spend so much freaking time programming to fuck you instead of putting that effort into just building a challenging AI is mind-numbing. Stop cheating. Two human beings are playing a game. Why do you need to put your finger on the scale and determine the outcome of the game and not let the two players?
You want to know why, Chris? Because people like me and probably Boogie back in the early 2000s. That's why. People like guys I know from Houston. People like my boy Santi. People like my boy Sherrod. Like it's us, bro. Do you remember the Gap Press?
Yeah.
It's us. Like the reason why the game plays the way it does now, and they got their finger on the button. Like my boy Chase Dollars. If you ask anybody that grew up in the early 2000s, when Madden was hottest on PS2, like we broke that shit, bro. We had fucking linebackers playing strong safety, covering goals. Like at some point, they realized like we cannot control what you guys do on the game. You find a way to break it every time. So we are going to add little shit and twerks in the games that are going to fuck you up. And really what it's based on now, it's based on what the way you play. Yes, I have the game figured out. It's based on halfway, but I'm not the best at it, so don't even question me. Like, but it's based on halfway. The halfway is how you play, like how you set up your team, not moving when the guy says hut until the players start to run their routes. Like if you have a safety and you're moving around before the guy says hut, you're going to be fucked automatically because that's what we used to do back in the day to get position. And so now they make it to where if your safety or linebacker is moving before he says hut, when they say hut, if you're moving, all your other teammates are going to play scramble because you're scrambled. If you're standing still, they're going to play right. So they put that type of the shit. They put that type of the shit in the game, but they need to work on other stuff. We got a whole episode on that, but they need to work on other stuff. But like the game is just fucked up, bro. Like it just is. Oh yeah, my main point is this: if you're playing the game and you're in a franchise, get your team overall up. Period. That's what the game is based on right now. If your team overall is high, you'll be able to compete if you're good. If two equally talented players are playing on the game, and one guy has a highly rated team and one guy has a lowly rated team, the guy with the highly rated team will win 9 out of 10 times, if not 10 out of 10 out of 10 times, because that weird Madden shit will happen.
Yep. Just know that Maximum Football is going to be crossplay.
All right. So yeah, we will dive into that a little later. But it's indeed going
to be can play, but they stiff as fuck. But I'm gonna play because it's all custom, and I want to make my own football team.
Of course, look, man, I'm in the same boat. I was like, I can make the Mississippi Mud Hogs,
bro.
I can go ahead. I can make my stadium how I want to. So yeah, I'm
definitely dealers, the Miami Trappers.
Like, well, come on now, like we can make a whole league like that. So, on the subject of other football leagues instead of Madden and NFL. Let's start with our next subject, the XFL and USFL. USFL has, I think they relaunched.
Y'all, I forgot. Before we start, who y'all got in the fight? I got Tank.
Oh, shit, yeah. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I got Tank, man. I'm sorry. I got Tank for the win.
Chris?
I mean, I guess I'll go with the guy named Tank.
There you go.
All right. It's a good fit.
You got a nickname like that, you better be able to take a punch.
To those out here betting, I'm gonna say this once and overall.
He can give punches, and he hurts people.
Ryan is very talented, but he is 23, 24 years old. Tank is 28. Grown man strength is setting in.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Like I got Tank just off the experience, and I think he just has the power that's going to fold him. But let's get on over to our next subject. The USFL and the XFL are kind of going. Seasons are kind of overlapping right now, and the USFL has been having words with the XFL about various things. Just a little competition talk. And The Rock, who owns the XFL, fired
Arguing
back
over who's second and who's third.
basically. But so I just thought about it. I said, what if you had the choice where you didn't make it to the NFL and you had to settle on a secondary league? Which secondary league are you settling on, and who are you playing for?
I'm gonna go work somewhere. No, I'm not. My bad. No.
He said, "I'm gonna go get a day job. I'm working at Amazon."
Oh shit! Yeah,
That's
I'm
where
going.
my degree comes in.
Hey, yo, hey, yeah, man, hey, Chris. I was just about to say, especially if I'm one of these guys that got that Scully, I'm putting it to use. Nigga, like, why would I? If I was able to go to like Oklahoma or Texas or Michigan or Stanford or something and get a degree there, and then I found out, oh, you can't play pro football. I'm sorry, that love of the game shit gotta leave. It's football. I am not going to crack heads when I have a degree or two, because some guys are able to go to UT and then go to USC and get a degree from both of them. If I made to jump out that bitch and be like, yo, I could possibly get over like 300K, 400K a year, and I'm not going to beat up my body, millions of dollars a year maybe, depending on what you do. Man, stay your ass off that field. But anyways, I would pick the XFL if I had to choose one of the two, because the XFL pays the most money, and I'm gonna be playing football. And the XFL has like insurance and all this other shit, and they have like amenities for like where you live and stay and food and all this shit. Like the USFL is like shit. This is your last stop, bruh.
Yeah.
Like you want it or not, because if you want it, you gonna pay for it. The XFL is actually like, you know what I'm saying? We got some stuff for you. We're gonna try to get you right. But I would go XFL. I think it's like $5,000 a game, 1,000 plus per win, so possibly $6,000 per week that you earning for about 10 weeks.
Yeah, 60,000 a year, nice little,
Come up,
little come up over like what they play
but
like
you're
what
playing
eight games,
football.
eight
I just
games.
want to remind people that you're playing football
Yeah, and you're playing football.
against guys that think they can play pro football. Guys, big guys that can play football.
Yeah, and some guys that got out the league and they're trying to find
I
a way
think
back
some
in.
people have more of a paycheck, but it's. I'm just saying.
USFL just sounds corny and old school and like collapsed.
Well,
XFL at least sounds like a future league. We're in the XFL.
well,
We're gonna
I
try
think
some
I think
crazy
I'll
stuff.
say
It's
this
gonna get
though.
weird. There's gonna be some fireworks.
I will say this, as I do talk and say like, well, you do what you gotta do, or you need to go get a job. I'm not saying that like, hey, if you want to play football, fuck that, go get a job, nigga. No, I ain't saying that. I do like these leagues. Like, if you know me, you know I like these leagues. I think that if you want to go and pursue playing football, go do this shit. I'm saying I wouldn't. You know what I would want to do? If I went, football is real. I don't think a lot of people. Maybe it's because when I go, football is a dangerous sport. like if I was to go through like 4 years of high school, another 3 to 4 years of college, trying to make the NFL for like 2 to 3 to 4 years, this shit ain't been around forever. Like I'm gonna seriously look at these knees ain't gonna last forever. You know what I'm saying? Like this back ain't gonna last forever. And CTE is real.
It's
You know
real.
what I'm saying? So like it's really real. So like I would make that choice. But to these guys that want to pursue it, I think that they should have more than just one level, because it's kind of fucked up to be like, well, if you ain't made the NFL, then you ain't shit. Because I think a lot of envy is built into that. Because if you're not the best architect, or if you're not the best fucking seamstress, or if you're not the best fucking cook, you don't have to just not cook no more. You can go fucking be a fry cook at a restaurant. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna pay you as much as being the biggest cook in the, you know what I'm saying, chef in the city, but you can still go do that. So like, yeah, you can't play in the NFL, but you get your boogie on if you want to. You make a little cheddar.
I think I gotta agree with you guys. I'll pick the XFL as well. It's just it seems like just like they failed a lot and they kind of are learning. And they're kind of in a better space. So I probably would go with the XFL, but yeah. But so let's go ahead and go to the big league, the number one league, the Apex. When we're talking football, the NFL. I mean, sorry, XFL and USFL. But we're talking big boys here, big contracts. Where the big boys play, where the big boys get paid. And
Money.
and when we're talking about pay, we're talking about Jalen Hurts' recent extension. big bread. I think he's the highest paid quarterback in the NFL now. But it's a ripple effect, as most things in the league is.
Not for Lamar Jackson.
Well, not for Lamar, but like for other players,
That
other
shit is not
quarterbacks.
rippling. The river
Yeah,
is still. The
yeah,
water is calm. Nigga. That
yeah.
shit ain't moving at all.
It
How,
is.
how long does this have to drag on before you guys switch sides and realize Lamar did this to himself?
Well, okay, so I've
I
seen
don't
people.
think anybody was ever on the side of saying he didn't
Okay,
do
so
this
let's
to
start this
himself.
off right quick and let's set some ground rules. We're not going to spend fucking 30 minutes
Well, I
talking
mean,
about
you
what he
can't
said.
jump it off with that shit though. Like Chris, no one said. We all have agreed if he had an agent, this shit would be done. All of us had agreed to that. But I'm just sitting there saying, even though I've got some extra information, I've been sitting here saying that he deserves his money. Now, if they did offer him
He's
$200
been
million,
offered his money.
if
He's
they
been
now,
offered his money.
hey, but they just released that this week that they said they offered him like $200 million. At
It
that
was
point,
more than freaking Hurts got.
oh no, I'm not worried about what no other person
They're
gets because
guaranteed.
it doesn't matter what Hurts got because Lamar Jackson ain't got AJ Brown and Lamar Jackson don't have a nigga that won Heisman. Chris, he won Heisman at receiver, not the Biletnikoff, not the best receiver award. He won the best player in the entire football country nation at receiver, which
Like,
is very hard
right,
to do. It hasn't been done since Desmond Howard.
Lamar shit, then we were going to talk about like people like Joe Burrow that are due
But
for
no, Joe Burrow is about to. Joe Burrow and Josh Herbert is the one I want to talk about because when it comes time for him to get paid, are the Chargers going to even think about not giving him that max deal? Because if anything like the Ravens did, then they should look at him and say, I don't think 230 is going to be good for you, buddy. I don't think 210 is going to do it. You can get 200. Now, when I heard 200 million was offered to Lamar, I said, okay, because I know he wants that 30 million and he wants that extra because the pettiness, because the other guy had 24 cases against him and he wants that money because he has been basically, you know what I'm saying, what a spitting image of what you want in an NFL quarterback and he's acted appropriately. So I can agree to people that say, take off that 30 and the 200 is enough. If they offered him 200, I can say, okay, I agree with that 200 is enough, but I ain't him. And he got it in for them. And he ain't got AJ Brown and he ain't got Smith. So please stop comparing him to guys that have receivers that make the Pro Bowl. Can we stop?
I'm not putting any names in this category, but I think we're in an era now in the modern NFL where the worst thing you can do to your team as a general manager is give first tier money to a second tier quarterback. And I'm not putting any quarterback in that
Don't worry,
category.
but I'm not gonna put me in that.
No. It's not. I'm sincerely saying it, like ambiguous of any names. I think that's the worst kind of contract you could do for a modern team in this league. Pick any.
You lost me at second tier quarterback.
Okay. For example, let's just say the New York Giants.
I think that's a third tier quarterback you gave a first tier contract to. That's
now you can't sign a first tier running back. But that's when I go back to what I told y'all, I think last week, or I've told y'all this before, I think it was last week, that the NFL is the only sport, and I don't know why.
They gave a second tier quarterback first.
Yeah, no, but the NFL is the only sport, and I don't know why we continue to just accept it, that has money tiered by position. In no other sport does a guy have to say, I am a top 3 player in this league, but I am making bottom 20 money because I play running back. And I'm gonna put it like this.
10 years.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead, Chris. My bad. I was talking.
No, I was just gonna say that if you get sentimental with the quarterback position and sign a sub quarterback to a big contract, you're setting your franchise back 10 years.
But that goes to our other argument, which Boogie doesn't want us to have. That do you think that Lamar Jackson is a subpar quarterback or a second-rate quarterback? And we're not gonna do that. And I'm not going to get dragged into that.
No, I don't think it needs names. I don't think it's a reality.
But you're right. No, you are right about that. That main point is, like, the Giants have literally, I think, put themselves in a very bad position. Because now you got literally a top running back in the league who should have got the money. And he's like, now I don't. Like, well, there you have it. Like, case in point, people, I think that Aaron Donald should get paid as much as quarterbacks. Or Aaron Donald that was winning Super Bowl. He should get paid as much as quarterbacks get paid. Like, it should not be, I don't want to hear who didn't touch the ball. And, hey, if the guy that touches the ball every down, if I'm stopping him every down, like Deion Sanders said, I'm a DB. I stop the quarterback from throwing the ball to one side of the field. Every time he touches the ball, I stop him from throwing it. Why are you not paying me to stop him to throw it? So, like, I totally disagree with the way the NFL does their money. I think that's why this shit is all fucked up. I think they need to change that immediately. And once they start paying the best players in the league, regardless, all this shit will work itself out because ain't nobody gonna say, "Oh, damn, you a top 5 player and you the 5th most paid player." No one gonna dispute that.
I will say this in favor of Lamar Jackson, though. If fucking Daniel Jones is getting that goddamn money, then freaking I should easily get more than that.
But I'm confused now, Chris, because when they said he offered him $200 million, I just gotta wait to see what else comes up. Because to me, I think I said I would love for him to get 230, 250, but I think I said on here 200 is my mark as far as like just like fair and like, yo, $200 million guaranteed, and your contract is like 279. You know what I'm saying? Like that'll work. 250, 279, whatever incentives. You can give him $100 million in incentives. He's probably gonna meet that shit. So be careful. But like, but I don't know. Like, first they said that they offered him the Cardinals contract. That's disrespectful because he's better than Kyler Murray. But if you offer him a contract that's literally in the middle of the absurd contract that the Browns gave to Deshaun Watson and the contract that Kyler Murray got, and who else was the other one that got paid before this one? It was in the middle. I forget.
But Allen's is a bit of a discount at this point.
But it was and every year it's a discount. That's why the Eagles are fucking smart to do this. Because if the Eagles didn't do this now, they would be in trouble. Because in a couple of years he would be asking for like $500 million or some shit like that. Really, the Chiefs look like the smartest of all. We all thought that contract was crazy when they gave it to him. Now it's a discount, and they're able to add on to it.
I mean, were the Chiefs smart, or they're the ones that caused all these dominoes that have fallen next?
I don't think they caused the dominoes. I think they were smart at the time because I think it's like, if I'm going to be first, why not? Everybody else going to do it anyway. It's kind of like I mean, I almost said something very bad. You know what I'm saying? Who? Yeah, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you want to be first, go ahead and be first. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason to go last because then, everybody else has already done it.
All right.
We're going to say if you're last, you're eating ass?
Somebody say that. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to say, Boogie, what's the next topic?
All right,
that joke really wasn't for public consumption. Right. And that's why let's just move on.
All right,
I was trying to figure out the puzzle.
All right, so let's go to our next subject. Sticking with the NFL, the Washington Commanders have took a next step in their steps to getting sold.
Actually, you know what? Hold up. That team sucks, but let's just talk about. I think.
I was talking more about what was going on with the executives.
Well,
yeah.
Well, I mean, in some cases they wasn't losing. The team was losing, but Danny, hey, this dude failed up better than anybody in the history of failing upwards could ever do. And he ran. They had poop coming out of pipes onto fans. People poop pipes from the bathroom were undoing, and shit was pouring onto people where they were trying to watch the home team. Imagine going to. This is at FedEx. Imagine going to watch the Bills and the Saints. This is your squad. I love you. Yeah. And then doo-doo, nigga. Doo-doo just from the fucking pipes. And then they had the stands fell over. At least it was
team colors.
Being a Cowboys fan, Chris, I like that one. I like that. Hey, another Washington. Y'all like that. You like that. No. What else happened? He said his team colors. Yes, the barricade broke. Remember, Jalen Hurts, the people fell off the barricade.
Oh, I do remember that.
Yes. And they embezzled, took money. Basically, they lied. So Snyder was like, "Yeah, man, there's 100,000 seats in here, but we only sold 50,000 tickets. So what happened to the other profits? I don't know." So he stole.
Now
What's
that
up,
this
Chris?
is now that this is the final chapter in kind of an era of the NFL that's coming to light, I think the cherry on top of the story has to be the acknowledgement that John Gruden was 100% freaking thrown into the volcano to
Oh
try
yes,
to try to kick this scandal down the road a little
yes.
longer.
But no, Chris. Here's another thing. Out of all this stuff we have discussed, none of this has been positive. We have discussed no positive. The
Nothing.
man made $6 billion.
Yeah, that was the point. Like he made $6 billion off this
We
shit.
just named all these things that can happen, and all of them were things that go wrong. You shit on your fans, literally with their own shit. You put fan shit on fans. You made people fall from balconies, and you stole money, and
And
you made a profit
$6
off of
billion.
selling the team. Someone said, "Yeah, give me that shit heat for triple what you bottom."
Okay, so the group is John Harris and I think
But
Magic
the
Johnson.
Washington Commanders are literally a used condom someone bought for $6 billion.
Yeah, dog. It's look.
You done with it, dog? Yeah. Is it usable? I mean, shit. If you can use it,
Would
you
you
can
bring
use
it
it.
up?
Give it to me.
If I'm buying them, I'm changing that name before it sets in too much further.
You gotta change a lot.
Yeah, you gotta change a lot though.
Shit,
There.
my bad. You
So
gotta change a lot.
John Harris
Anyway.
and company. I want to say
Oh,
Magic Johnson is in this group, isn't he not?
Magic Johnson is. I'm not even gonna say nothing.
Yeah, I think Magic Johnson is okay. So they said the Harris owns the 76ers,
I mean,
the
think
New
about it.
Jersey
The ass
Devils.
jokes just keep writing themselves.
I know, cause I'm over here just like
Yeah, yeah.
hey man, shit,
That's
man,
why I didn't say
Magic,
anything.
Magic on him. Damn, nigga, the Commander's about to be sick in a bit.
Yeah. 76ers, New Jersey Devils, and the Washington Commanders. That's what John Harris would own. But yeah, so I'm not
I'll be in there,
gonna.
but that team is sick.
I'm not gonna touch this shit. I'm not talking about what's called. I'm just saying I'm not touching the joke. Okay, people. All right, I'm not touching the joke.
What you mean? There's just dust in the air.
Oh goodness gracious! All right, man. So
It's just dust in the air, bro.
What's happening next week, Boogie?
So next week we're having our mock draft, and I thought it was going to be this week, but it's in actuality next week. So from top to bottom, first round, we and like-minded individuals, and if you listen to this message and you would like to participate, please. I'm pretty sure Chris has a link or something fixed up or something like that. If you don't, I'm pretty sure he can, jimmy up something and give you a link to where you can go ahead and join us. So we have a couple of people that will be taking spots to draft their team needs, and please don't come in here and be a dickhead and draft the seventh round guy. Like, look, motherfucker, be for real, all right.
We're looking for people that are. If you're out here watching, and we're gonna clip this, we're looking for people that really know their team, want to draft for the team, want to take a part in a fun experience, serious mock draft. Sterling's gonna be in the building. We're gonna have
Chris in the building,
Boogie in the building, me in the building. I got a guy from my CPG Madden League that would absolutely wash y'all because you know what I'm saying. CPG everything when it comes to Madden. So if y'all league want to battle our league, yeah, I got my boy Joseph Malone coming. He's a Steeler fan. He gonna take that on. I'm gonna see if I can get some other guys in. I'm gonna call some other guys. I think I got some other guys in my Madden League that may be able to help out. But if you want to get down, whatever your team is, holler at us. We'd like to have you come in, spend a couple minutes, make your picks, say why your team should pick this player. If you want to stay for the party, stay. If you don't, peace.
This might need to be a Craigslist ad.
No, don't do that.
No, don't do that because we would have people in here. It'd be like a Boosie live.
Yeah,
we might need to do that. Me and Boogie would just be here like, do it again.
You might as well just go to Reddit and recruit because that's pretty much the
we can do that. We can go there. See, look, Sean, I told you Shotgun was gonna pop up. Shotgun got the Texans. Okay. Hey, Shotgun, if you could do us a favor, I would love it if you and Sir Randy would put some suits on, get dressed up, and shoot a wild video. You know what I'm saying, like a war room. If y'all could do that for us, that'd be super dope. Get super fresh. That'd be real live. If y'all could put that together. I'm gonna shoot out. I got a Giants guy. Hey, I'm gonna hit up Scenes O'Shawn. I know you watching. Hit up my boy Keem. I'm gonna hit him up too because he loves the Giants. I would love to have him come on and pick for the Giants. the real Baby King, the inspiration.
All right, so again, that is next week. We'll be doing the whole show as our mock draft show. So please tune
Do we
in.
have Raiders?
No, we don't have
We
Raiders.
do
I'm
have
gonna call Chris Santi.
we do have the Raiders.
Oh, we do.
Okay.
Okay. I'm about to say I'm gonna call Chris Santi.
I
think,
got a buddy that is the lead in a veteran rock band.
Bet.
It's a huge Raiders nut.
Okay, good.
Bet.
I think
All
we
right.
have the Falcons as well. Our buddy Draco is most likely. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's going to be a 110% emotional pick. So so yeah, I think that it's going to be a couple of curves and dips and dives in the draft. So it should be a good time. So please tune in same time next week.
I'll let everybody know I did a little mock draft. I did one with Sterling. I think it was Monday. They are fun as shit. You never know, what players are gonna pop up for you.
Do we have
So,
a
like-
website that this can be done on that you guys would
Yeah,
use?
you can go to. I think it's Pro Football. Pro PFF has one, but I'll find one for you, Chris. There's ones that you can do live. All you have to do is have everybody sign up for it, and then you can just put everybody's like you can put the full draft ticker. You can put that up on screen, like on a small
shit.
screen, like we do. Yeah, I'll have to look it up how he did it, but yeah, you can do that, and then but what's gonna, what I'm saying, we'll talk about some of the things that happen, but yeah, you can put that up, and that way everybody can see the picks. Well, you do have the ability to see like who's available, so we'll make sure everybody can see available. But it's a live experience. Yeah, everybody come, and if you just want to come and hang out, it's a draft party. So yeah, like come one, come all. Let's get it going. Hit like, subscribe, and shit. Let's grow the show.
All right,
It's draft time. Football, Chris, man.
So next week, just show up and just hit us up, and we'll sort you out. All right, so we're going
If you have any, I'm sorry, if you're listening and you want to take part, again, text or email or get in contact with the person from this show that you know, and make sure that they get your email and your name that you want to be called during the draft. So whether it's you want to be called Texans or your real name, whatever you want to be called, send that to us. We'll make sure that you get on the list, and then you will get more information going forward. Be sure that the name that you want to be called is something that we can put out there to public that is not too offensive, pretty lenient.
Slightly offensive, okay.
This is what we can do. At the end of the show, you got to stick around at the end of the show. We have our socials posted, so go ahead. You can just hit us up in either one of our socials in a DM or something like that with the team, and we'll sort you out from there, give you directions and instructions how to join and things like that. I think that would be the better option. But don't fucking contact me. Call Russ, Sterling, or Chris.
Okay, my bad. Yeah, don't hit up Boogie because he don't want to. He don't fuck with y'all like that.
I don't talk media like that.
No, if y'all don't know Boogie, he does not check his shit. And if you know Boogie how to reach him, then you know how to reach him, and he reaches you back. If you don't know, you will never get in contact. I've kind of taken notes. So I do kind of the same thing. But if you know how to reach me, I always let y'all know how to reach me after the show. So shit, hit me up. You can flood me with the shit. You know what I'm saying? I'll take care of it. Flood Chris too. But if you need to reach me, hey, fuck it. I'm down. I'll communicate with you.
All right.
Ain't no thing.
But yeah, so please
don't do it analog style.
At the end of the show, reach out to one of us via social medias, and we'll sort you out, and we'll let you know if your team's been taken or
telegraph it.
If you want to pick another team,
showing up and knocking on my door.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll go ahead and.
Hey man, I got these picks, man.
It's been a bad week for people knocking on doors.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Oh God, Chris.
Yeah, Chris. Too
All right,
hey, couple of them.
We're gonna move.
Yeah, we're gonna
right along from that one.
Right.
It has been a bad week. We're gonna move right. Big 30 in the motherfucking building, bitch.
All right. So what we got, Russ, for the either or?
All right, I got you, motherfuckers, this week for the either or. I want to spice things up a bit. I want to go ahead and, Chris, this is something that we're gonna have to clip for the either or. Y'all ready? Mm-hmm. Y'all know, but the people don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan. All right, now, people. Okay, now. When we do this, let me ding, 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 ding. Now, when we do this, before you jump this off, again, Kobe Bryant, both the 8 and 24, versus Michael Jordan, 45 and 2, 3 and 12. If you know, you know. You know what I'm talking about? So, hey, we're going to jump it off like this because these got to get kind of spicy. I'm ready to jump it off and get it spicy. So, Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan, the rules are you ain't got Shaq, you ain't got Scotty, you ain't got Phil, you ain't got nobody. It's just that pick, and the rest of the team is blank. You don't know who else is going to be picked on the team. So, all you can rely on is your first pick. Do you have Kobe Bean Bryant or Michael Jeffrey Jordan? Go.
Going first, Chris, or I need to go?
I mean, all I need is 2 letters.
Because the way I look at it like this is that they're similar players. Yes, like everybody knows that they're one modeled his game after the other.
So do you want the clone or you want the real thing?
Yeah, that's what it comes down.
Ain't no
to.
clones.
Well,
ain't no clones.
Ain't no.
That should let you know which one. Ain't no clones.
Right.
Ain't no clones.
It's not a clone.
Yeah, I know he's better. He's better.
It's
You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like the teacher and the student.
Ain't no student because the student became the master.
In his own right, yes, but.
Kobe Bryant is Michael Jordan that can shoot threes.
And that's what I was about to say. I was leaning towards Kobe.
Kobe Bryant is a Michael Jordan. Yeah. You know what? Kobe Bryant also played against LeBron James and won games. Michael Jordan ain't never seen that in his life. Kobe Bryant also beat Tim Duncan, and Michael Jordan ran from that. Or he just wasn't around. He retired. Whatever. You can say what you want.
And then Kobe.
I've been on a tear lately. Let me just get this off my chest. But yeah, I've been on a tear lately. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get too personal. So this whole Zeke thing with Isaiah Thompson got me mad. So let me just go ahead and get this off my chest. Michael Jordan is not the greatest player as far as what you've ever seen on your eyes to ever play the game of basketball. Kobe Bryant is better than Michael Jordan. Give me Kobe.
Tim
Duncan is better than Michael. Wait, let me finish. Tim Duncan is better than Michael Jordan. Steph Curry is better than Michael Jordan. And also give me LeBron James over Michael Jordan. I'm good. I had to get that off my chest. I'm tired of it. Everybody loves this man so much, and he's very great at basketball. But please stop the bullshit, bro.
This man
is better than Michael Jordan.
Why you're 30? You just proved it. You don't know. You don't know, man.
What are you talking about? I don't know what. That Kobe Bryant is better than Michael Jordan because as Michael Jordan said himself, he might beat me because he stole all my moves. And he can shoot threes. And he got that 81. Which Michael Jordan's specialty was putting the ball in the bucket, and Kobe apparently does that better than him too.
You saw Kobe his entire career. I did. I saw both of their entire careers.
Oh God! So you're gonna play? That's okay. That's fine. You can play that. I mean, YouTube does do me justice, and Michael Jordan has done a hell of a job of reminding us of how fucking great he was. You know what I'm saying throughout. But I remember, so it's not like I did not see Michael Jordan at his best because I remember the early 90s, 91, 92, 93, skip, 94, 95. And if he didn't skip, Akeem Olajuwon would have gotten that ass 2 times with the Rockets, which I do believe.
How old were you in 1992?
Making this man, it doesn't matter how old I was. All that matters is, no, it doesn't. Because all you're going to do is try to make that a part of an argument. It doesn't matter, which means that you're older than me. But that don't matter because I have history and I have the internet and I have everything I need to see every game I want. Like, there's no way you can.
Does that mean you just turned 30?
It doesn't matter the fact that you saw it. It was the first time you saw it and it blew your mind. We're not speaking from hold on, Chris. No, because that's why I'm a cripple that argument that you and all the other old people have. It's because it's the first time you saw it, and because the first time you saw it, it amazed your eyes and it touched your heart. That shit don't fucking matter. We have seen Jordan, we have seen Bron, we have seen Kobe, we have seen Steph. Just because it's the first time you saw it and it captured your heart, don't mean shit to a guy that have seen it all. I have seen it as well. And you cannot tell me that a guy that has sat here and Michael Jordan himself has said, yeah, he could probably beat me because he stole my moves and he can shoot threes and he dropped 81 in the regular season game. Stop playing with me. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. There is a reason why people don't want to say it, but they know it's true. There's only one man better than Kobe Bryant in NBA history. One man. And we're not going to talk about it until he retired.
All right.
Let me explain it this way on my viewpoint of it. Michael Jordan was the only reason I watched the NBA religiously. And I wasn't I like basketball. We played all the time, and all that. So I like the game, but watching it, I didn't watch it because I wanted to watch 2 teams play basketball. I watched because I wanted to see perfection and excellence, and there was something about the man who just like could do nothing for an entire game, and then you said one wrong thing to him, and he was the biggest bad man you could ever hope to poke. The entire legacy of that I watched unfold firsthand, and loved every moment of it. I spent my entire life growing up wanting to see Jordan play in person. It was like the one trip I wanted to take with my stepdad, and we weren't even very close, was to see Jordan before he retired. And when I finally got to see Jordan play, it was with a couple buddies, and he was on a fucking Washington Wizards, which I swear didn't happen. So ever since he's been gone, I've been a very flaccid and tacit fan of basketball ever since. And really because I've been looking for another person, another athlete like that. At one point, I thought it would be Kobe. A lot of his personal stuff off the court, for better or worse, to me that taints the conversation on greatness, because Jordan handled it all more than any of
No,
these
he
guys.
didn't. He took a 2-year break because he couldn't handle gambling.
Fucking
And some
dad
people
was murdered. Fucking dad was
because he
murdered,
couldn't
bro.
stop gambling.
I'm not
Like,
gonna,
what are you
yeah,
talking about?
fine. He couldn't stop competing. But let me finish.
Like, y'all gotta stop painting this dude up like he's some
let me-
archangel of God
let me
that can't be
finish
touched.
the thought that I'm trying to make. So I wanted another player to come along that would bring me into the game and make me want to follow their career like Jordan did. I tried with Kobe in the early years and there was some greatness there, but it never stuck. When LeBron came along, it stuck a little more. I was like, all right, maybe this is the one. This is the one. I went to Cavaliers games as much as I could when I was in Buffalo. I followed his career the whole way there. I didn't like when he went to Miami and came back, but he was one of those ones that he could carry the world on his shoulders better than I think Kobe did, and he could also dominate the court back and forth. But for me, the shine on LeBron fell off because of the fact that he has a mediocre at best finals record, which is the same thing I beat up McDermott for. It's having a mediocre playoff record. So what Jordan was able to do and the fact that he has the flawless record means something to me, in somebody that would desperately love to see another person of this stature come along. That's my opinion on it.
I'm gonna let Sterling go. Sterling, the either or of today is, who would you rather have, Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan? I already went on my rant about how much I'm starting to despise the love that Michael Jordan is getting from afar because it is tainting the greatness of other players. So give me Kobe 10 times out of 10. He's Michael Jordan that can shoot fucking threes. Before I start going in another rant, what you got, Sterling?
It depends on how you categorize it. I think if you're talking about just the player, not the accolade.
No, oh my bad. You know my normal either or rules. You ain't got no coach. You ain't got no Shaq. You ain't got no Pippen. You just got that one guy. You picking him. The rest of your team is randomized. Your coach is randomized, and you about to go play these 82 games and try to get a championship. Who you want?
I'm gonna take Jordan. I'm gonna tell you why though. Because without Jordan, there's no Kobe. You know what I'm saying?
I don't succumb to that as an excuse of why Kobe's not better than him. It doesn't matter the fact that
Kobe's
he came first.
But Kobe's not better.
So Dr. Dre's the best nigga ever.
What?
Well, I think what Sterling
Michael Jordan
this is what Sterling's trying to say.
Okay, go ahead.
This is what Sterling's trying to say. Hey, shout out to Rodney. And I already knew this motherfucker was going to come in and talk about this shit. But before you get in here, Rodney, and start, let me just say this. Now, I think what Sterling was saying is that you cannot take, it's like having the blueprint.
Right.
Without the blueprint, the other thing can never exist. So,
but you can't take that into account with the way that this is framed. I'm not asking you who needs to thank who for existing. I'm asking what's better.
Let me tell you why, though. Like, when we take two of the greatest basketball players of all time and put rules on it, it's really hard to separate those because they're both great in their rightful ways. Like,
but that's
Kobe,
what
if you're talking about the complete basketball player,
I'm talking about on the court. I'm talking about you've got Michael and I got Kobe, because you pick Michael, I pick Kobe. I feel more confident that no matter what other four players are on the team with me, I'm going to get it done with Kobe.
And I that you would say Kobe because you're gonna pick what's not popular. That's Russ.
No, that is true. I do that. You can do that.
You my dog, but I'm just saying.
No, I do that. I do that because I tend to lean towards the side of where like the majority isn't, right. And I wouldn't say it's because it's not popular. It's just I really do. When I pose this question, I'm literally sitting here saying like, Ghost. That's what I want to see. Jordan scoring 45 out of 87 points. Show me the facts that are like his game is why you would choose him, not because of the legacy he left, because the legacy that all these players are named in these either ors is untouched. All right, so I want to know who do you trust? If you got prime Jordan and you got prime Kobe, who do you want? And like we're gonna hit the court. You know what I'm saying? On some 2K shit. Like it don't matter what your other shit is. We're gonna hit that with the stats. Go ahead, my bad.
Of course, Russ.
Okay,
Russ J.
What's up, baby?
Go ahead. So we got our boy Rodney in here, and he's
I'm bona fide Jordan. You know, Boogie.
He is one of the original party boys.
Go ahead, Rodney. Go ahead, take it from here. Because
all I'm gonna say to Russ is you gotta have the 9-time defensive player of the year. I mean, 9-time defensive player first team. You know what I mean, on your squad. He's the glue. He's the reason why all these other greats that's in the game now are as dominant as they are because they modeled his game, like Sterling said. You know, he's the mecca of sports. He's the mecca of the NBA.
Rodney, I love you.
I'm gonna let you go. I just want to tell you that.
Rodney, I love you, and I feel like we back in the old Maverick Creek apartment days. So I'm about to do it like this.
Give me the Jeffy Horn real quick.
So when I do this, I want you to know it comes from a place of love. So I'm gonna hit and be like, you know that Kobe won all defensive team 12 times, right?
I love it.
Hey, I'm just saying, man. You know he was,
and still he's still second fiddle.
He's not second. I think that where we and I respect the Jordan pick. So don't people out there be like, yo, Jordan ain't trash. I just think that. Like the overwhelming, like, come on, nah, man. Like Kobe scored more points in the career. And yes, Kobe wasn't a great 3-point shooter, but he was a hell of a lot of better 3-point shooter than Michael Jordan. Enough for me to say he was Michael Jordan that could shoot threes.
But you can't put that in the vacuum though, because the game was different back then. Like later in Kobe's year, it was wide open. People started shooting threes.
Can I say why that doesn't apply for me to Michael Jordan?
Because you're gonna be a hater, but go ahead.
I'm not hating on him. You can say that though, Sterling. I still love you, but I'm not hating on him. I'm saying this though because y'all know this is the truth. They moved in the 3-point line for this man, so they did everything in their power, and that's part of the reason why I don't hate Michael Jordan, but this cloud hangs over him for me because every other great player in the history of the league had things done to stop them. He had everything done to propel him.
Propel?
Go ahead.
Taking clotheslines. I mean, I think my thing is it was an inside-out game in Jordan's years.
True.
It was no 3 points. You did have your guys that did live behind the three, but it was big man, mid-range, get to the bucket, above the rim, go for it. You know, nowadays is I'm gonna shoot from 40 and see if y'all can stop me and open up the inside game. You know, it's kind of slowly now today's game is going back inside out. With Joker and Joel Embiid being dominant, but at that specific time of Jordan, it was all inside game, and he was the one to get the job done. You know what I mean?
Go ahead, y'all.
Go ahead, sir.
I had this last point. You got to consider the spacing because, it was a big man dominant game, right? And so they didn't allow zone defenses, but because everything was so condensed, you could pass off and help defense a lot. So honestly, it was harder for Jordan to get his buckets.
Stop that lie right now, because there's 2 words I'm gonna use, and it's called illegal defense, and you can look it up.
Oh man!
Oh man! There are picture photos, and we lived this, Sterling. We lived it. This game nowadays, what's up, Rodney? What's up, my boy? This game nowadays, there's one thing that y'all can't argue, and that is players nowadays, no matter, like we could do anything with the skill sets, but if the rules of the 90s as far as like how you play defense, no zone. Everything is pretty much isolation and floor clear outs. No, bro. No. If you were to give Kobe Bryant as much space one-on-one with no zone, guys, no. The reason why Jordan didn't shoot threes because he have to, because he was going one-on-one. Why do we love Jordan so much? Because we got to watch him bake.
Can
people.
you not agree that Jordan was when it comes to the beginning of the guard, Jordan was that for the league?
Oh, he was the beginning swing guard.
If there's no Jordan, there's no Kobe.
But listen. That does not apply when I'm talking about this because I'm giving you two players. It does not because the way that you're talking, Dr. J is the greatest player ever.
Nigga,
because Jordan said no. But listen, no, because we're not taking what we think. I'm taking of what Jordan himself said. The GOAT right now said himself. Dr. J is what I looked at and what I modeled my game after. So if there's no Dr. J, you can't change it because it doesn't work for you now.
I don't care what that nigga said.
You can't do that, but you can't do that. You can't do that, Sterling, because it doesn't work for you.
I can do that. These players be saying some bogus ass shit about who's the great. Like motherfuckers be talking.
So how do we know we model this game under Jordan?
Who was the toughest person that guarded you, Isaiah Thomas? That nigga be like, shit, Ben Wallace. Ain't never been on court, Ben Wallace.
Lies. No, lies, Sterling. See, no.
I'm telling the truth.
That's how I got Sterling. Because that's how I got you. Because no, everybody wants to use this. Kobe sees himself as Baby Jordan. I respect that, but if we're gonna do that, then Dr. J is the greatest. Because everybody said, because Michael Jordan himself was like, and if you look at Dr. J video, you can see Michael was doing that shit better. But he was doing it. And if you ask me, Russ, you want Michael Jordan or Dr. J? I'm not going to say, I got to take the doctor because he came first. I'm going to say, give me Michael, nigga. So I got to take Kobe.
Tell me why, do you feel like Kobe doesn't get enough respect? Or do?
No, Kobe gets plenty of respect.
Because
I literally feel in my basketball, like watching basketball, I feel like if me and you, right, like I don't even, like it may be a bad example, but this is the only true randomized way I could put this. I believe if we were to go and just get a basketball simulator and I was to pick Kobe and you were to pick Jordan and we were to just randomize the other teammates, I would beat you 9 out of 10 times.
Russ.
That's a stretch.
Rodney, I don't know if y'all heard though, but I've been going on a gambit lately of players. I've gotten to like 3 because Michael Jordan's really good. Like he's the GOAT right now to some people. But I've said I would take Steph Curry over that man.
Over who?
Michael.
Whoa, just because he can shoot lights out.
Yes. Yes, because he changes the mathematics and there ain't shit you can do about it.
And Jordan doesn't.
He does not change the mathematics like Steph. No one ever has.
You're crazy, dog.
I see where you go.
The only reason why I sound crazy is because it's an opinion that's unpopular now. By the time that we're 50 or 60, 50, yeah, I'll give us 50. That's 20. That's about 15 to 10 years for. Yeah, by the time we're 50, it's not gonna be crazy. Steph Curry. If Michael Jordan was to play Steph Curry and we were to have rules that were even, I'm not saying super soft, I'm not saying super hard. He changes the mathematics of basketball. Just changes it. I'll piss y'all off with it. I'm not even gonna do it.
You're just trolling now. History will never ever remember Steph Curry more than it remembers Michael Jordan for a million reasons.
Okay. We'll find out.
Steph is a staple. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Correct him because we'll find out.
Steph is a staple. He'll go down as the best shooter to ever do it. But
he already is.
Yeah.
No, he is. But the problem is, and I've heard many people say this, and y'all are Rockets fans, so you'll be able to say this. And this a Rockets fan told me this. When he lets the ball go, I have never felt fear.
Yeah.
Right.
Except for when Steph lets it go. And everybody in America that watches the NBA, when Steph, and I know this is Kobe and Jordan, but when Steph lets that hoe go, everybody goes, because they know, like, if he hits 1, he about to hit 5, and it's done.
Dame Lillard is another one.
Damian Lillard
he's a scary. No, he is another scary one. But
he hurts Rockets fans the most. Actually.
Man, Ghost, you ain't finna chat. Well, you are from Chicago. But you ain't finna chop me. You gotta be worried about these Clippers because your boy PG and Brody. They looking sad.
I'm not trying to get off topic on you guys though. But Kawhi Leonard is baby Jordan, and
You know, and we're actually going to be talking about Kawhi and KD and their matchup.
He's like
actually,
he's baby Jordan.
No, he can't be baby Jordan Rodney because this nigga don't play more than 50 games in a year, bro. Like,
can we remove injuries?
You just talking crazy, Ghost.
You go, yeah, you can go give a 40 piece if you only play once a week, nigga.
but to Rodney's point, Sterling, you will agree, man, it's gonna be a 40 piece in the playoffs. He gonna sit the whole season, but
all inside jumpers, all
inside jumpers.
Their hands are like super similar, like the size of their hands, the way they shoot the ball.
He's got the old school game like down pack. It's just I wouldn't trust him. Kawhi, after he takes like 3 dribbles, gets kind of scary on offense. She kind of gets get that thing up.
He still play like Pop, you know. He still like Pop is in his ear, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So let's get into it. So let's go ahead and get into
like Tim Jordan, Tim Duncan, Michael Jordan. Me.
So let's get into the Suns versus the Clippers.
Yes, let's do it.
So let's jump into that. And
the revenge of Russell Westbrook.
Yeah. So and we'll revisit. As I'm very proud of this name, Sacktown Stomp. We will talk about the next after this.
Is it real?
So, but no, Kawhi and KD.
Don't stop. Talk about Jimmy Butler. Yeah, all right. Now go ahead. Suns and the Clippers. The revenge of Westbrook.
Yeah, so the resurgence of Russell Westbrook.
I call it the revenge of Westbrook.
Revenge resurgence.
It's revenge because he's still holding hate for what happened in 2015, 16.
Yeah. I'm sorry for 2004. Looking at this. No, but no, fool. Yeah. So what do you guys think? I mean,
you think Ruben stuttered? I'm sorry. I don't know if the people got that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'd let you know. I'm sorry, boy.
But no,
I think this is the toughest series of them all.
Yeah, I think it's gonna take
for sure.
Yeah,
for me, I like KD. You know, KD 1B in the league right now. I mean, that's whatever. But like I said, a lot of stuff has to go right. You know, you still need Chris Paul to be, you know, himself for the series to be like blown away. You know, they not, to me, they not really just soundly gonna have this game won. You know, even though they the favorites in my eyes, but it's just not easy. It's not a walk in the park.
Yeah, I think that. Well, go ahead, Stone. I'll let you go first.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, I just. You know,
what you got to say, Russ?
I think I call it the revenge of Russell Westbrook. He does remember. I think that it's very interesting to me that the Clippers are able to hang tight like this and they don't have Paul George. It's kind of scary to me. But I am siding. I agree, Rodney. I think KD and them will pull it out because there's no PG-13. But I'm real interested in seeing the dynamic between Russell Westbrook and KD. To me, it does intrigue me. It does matter a little bit. Like Russell Westbrook is following him everywhere on the court. And I will say this though, if the Suns make any mistakes whatsoever, and let this series get not in their favor, like right now it's 1-1 and they're in good shape. Even though they got to go back to LA, they're still in good shape. Now, if they come back and they're down in this series,
you think it's a wrap?
I'll tell you this.
I don't know if it's a wrap. But I think it might be a wrap because if they come back, let's say the Clippers go home, because I do fear, we call him bored man. You know what I'm saying? Bored man gets paid. Kawhi, you know what I'm saying? He look bored, but he ain't bored and he gets bored. So bored man get paid, baby. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Chris Sherrod. Yeah, Hey, Rodney, Chris made that. Chris, that's Chris. You know, Chris is King Kawhi all the way. So he's like, he let us know, bored man get paid. No matter what the style look like. So I fear him in the playoffs. Like, I used to talk shit about Kawhi. I used to be like, nah, I ain't with it. No. That man knows one thing, and that's scoring 30+ in playoff games, and that's making sure he's in and locking up your best player, or at least trying to lock up your best player. And so, like, if they go back to LA and they lose, I think if they come back and it's 2-2, then it's not wraps. But if they come back and it's 3, shit, they're gonna win one game in Phoenix. It's gonna go back to LA. Their ass is out of there. Because if Kawhi realized that he only got to get y'all know this, but people may not realize if the Clippers get out of round 1, they get Russell Westbrook playing how the Lakers wanted him to play, and Paul George is going to come back healthy. So they're going to be and they've already gotten the best team in the West. I like Denver, but the best team in the West would have been eliminated from them. So like Kawhi sees this.
It's Toronto Kawhi all over again.
Exactly.
Let me tell you my take on this. So I think Westbrook, it's nice to see Westbrook because we dogged him on this podcast. We dogged him,
we do.
And rightfully so. I think he deserved it.
Yes.
But I feel like there's one player that no one's talking about. That's Norman Powell.
Oh,
and
nice.
Norman Powell is like he is like the Batman to Kawhi Leonard, man. Him and Man and Plumlee. Like if them dudes, if you watch the game, watch how quick they all move the ball.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think what's gonna catch the Suns is the way they play offense. Like they want to take threes and they want to shoot the mid range. Book wants to kind of work one-on-one, and KD wants to work that way. But when you watch, this is where Russell Westbrook comes in. When he gets the ball in transition, and it's like he's already a step ahead because he's getting the offense to the second and third option already.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's going to really, like the Suns can win if they shoot the lights out. But if it comes like in game 1 where it gets moments of like where it's stagnant, and they're not really making shots, the Clippers, they can lock down defensively and they're athletic. They move the ball and they're dedicated on defense. And I think that, if the Clippers can come out of this round,
they're dangerous.
They could beat the Nuggets.
Well, can I say this? Because I said it to someone. I was talking basketball with somebody and they was like, who you think gonna win? And I said, man, I've said basically everything we've all said, but I said, man, and you live out, and I think I told you, Sterling, you live out there, bro. I really think that the Nuggets have a chance to Dallas Mavericks 2011 this thing. And they got some better players than we had.
For sure.
But when the Denver Nuggets have Jamal Murray healthy, which they do, Michael Porter Jr. playing at full potential, which they do, and Joker, which people don't like to say it, but is a top 3 player in this league right now, like, they are unbeatable. Like they really go out here and smash every other team they play. And the only team that I really see giving them trouble when they're at full potential and everybody's playing right is the Philadelphia 76ers, because they have the only big man that can really give their big man, whatever you want to call Joel, that super guy. Not Joel, but whatever you want to call Joker, that super guy, whatever you do, Joel can combat that because he can give him 50. So Joker has to deal with that. So like, I really think that this is a year that we're paying attention to all the star-studded names, but I do think the Western Conference representative is they're playing right now. And I think people better be afraid because at altitude, Sterling, again, you live out there. That altitude ain't no joke. It's not a joke.
No, I think the Nuggets are – I try not to be too high on the Nuggets just because I live here and I like the team. But what the Nuggets have that they really haven't had produced really well is their bench play. And I feel like they got, a lot of NBA teams are like 7 deep, right? And their 7th man is iffy. But the Nuggets can really take you 8 to 9 deep. And I think that's what makes them dangerous, man. They got backup. They got 2 really good guards that start, but they got guys coming off the bench, that can mix and match. And then Jokic being able to play that point guard when he needs to, when he wants to, is really dangerous. And Embiid's the same way. And I agree with you on the fact that the 76ers can give them a run, but here's the difference.
But they're not going to be Boston.
They're not going to be Boston. But let's say go ahead.
No, I was gonna let you finish, Sterling.
Okay, so hypothetically, let's just say it's the Nuggets versus the Sixers. The Sixers aren't they. Maxey would have to play out of his mind, and then we're also banking on the fact that Michael Porter Jr. continues to play at the level of success that he's having, which I don't think he can. I don't think he will.
And on top of this, the Nuggets also have one ingredient. I'll let you go, Rodney, after I just said this. The Nuggets have one ingredient that I believe is in every good championship team. They have a guy that could possibly be a really good, second tier, maybe number 2 on another team, and Aaron Gordon, who's just being a hustle player. Like, he's getting boards. He's doing everything that you need, the dirty, scummy plays that you need. he takes care of that, but he's also able to finish those layups from Joker to
Yeah.
get the easy 2 points dunks. Go ahead though.
My question is, what have we seen different from the Nuggets? I think we've seen them in this position before 2 years in a row. I mean, like they
Yeah.
got to the second round, they got to the Western Conference. So, I'm not calling them a pretender because they never won, but it's like in playoffs, like the dynamic changes for them, and I can't remember what happened in years past, but I feel like they've been the favorite before and dropped the ball. So what makes this year, this the go to, like, yeah, they should at least get to the Western Conference. You know what I mean?
So what makes them different this year, in my opinion, is that they're another year in Mike Malone's system and they're healthy. They always haven't been healthy.
Yeah.
They haven't been this healthy since the bubble, right?
Yep.
But also there's a difference though. Like when you look at their roster, like I said, they're 8 or 9 deep. Like, okay, so for instance, like Christian Braun, like we don't talk about him that much, but what he's able to do, length on defense and able to be able to shoot the three, that's huge, right? You talk about, Jeff Green can come in and play some solid defense
help,
on the perimeter, and then Reggie Jackson. Right, Reggie Jackson, he's not great offensively, but what they can do, they are so good in transition defense. It makes them so dangerous. So
and Black Magic ain't gonna make no issues. We call him Black Magic around our way. But Black Magic ain't gonna make no mistakes either.
If they get out of the first round, who they play next round?
That I don't know.
I have to look. See what they have.
Is it 2 and 7? I mean, or 3 and 6? I'm sorry. So Sacktown and Golden State.
Yeah, they play Sacktown. And see, there you go. Because I think you're all right.
My dark horse is Sacktown. I want Sacktown to get their glory. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
this can lead into the Sacktown stomp. We can lead that. We can lead this. But I'll say this though, Denver want that. Denver wants that. Yeah. I think there's a reason why the Kings are playing the Warriors good. It's the same conference. I think Denver knows like we can beat them. Like we know how to beat them. We ain't really got to worry about them surprising us. We know the Warriors have their issues, but the Nuggets have the complete package, and I think they're just the team out there that people are just looking at. They just haven't done it, and until you do it, nobody believes you can.
Nobody believes.
And I'll add this so we can move on. But you got to also look at like teams. I think you'd be breaking NBA rules in history if the Kings were allowed or if they beat the Nuggets in a 7-game series because they're so young, they're not ready for that yet. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like the Nuggets have paid their dues and so forth. We haven't really seen we'll talk about like the Warriors Mavericks in 2008, I believe, when Baron Davis and their boys just ran the Mavericks. Right, those kind of situations don't happen. Right, I know it hurts.
Both of them, no, Sterling. Both of them. Well, they let me know that was the worst time in my. Half the people watching this show were like, "Ha, nigga, you and your German lose."
Let's go talk to wrestling.
Everywhere I went, I go nowhere. Everywhere we're about to match, bro. Barry, like damn. And we knew what was gonna happen to us. That's like driving up to a fight. You know you're gonna lose. We knew the Mavericks knew they was gonna beat us. But anyways, we're gonna let that go.
All right, so before we move on to the rest of the game twos that concluded today, the Heat and the Bucks are leading the Heat with 1:45 in the third. As we talk, the Nuggets are up on the Timberwolves 31-22 in the first. At the end of the first, and the Lakers have dispatched the Grizzlies have dispatched the Lakers. I'm sorry,
they needed to
at 1-1 now. So Thursday, I want to say is going to be the Suns and Clippers, Kings and Warriors, and 76ers and the Nets.
Lake Show in trouble. Lake Show in trouble.
You think they're in trouble?
They're in trouble.
He's not a LeBron fan nor a supporter.
Lake Show involved.
I think it's more of the Lake Show part of it all than the Braun part of it all.
That's hilarious.
I'm just saying they should have, with no Ja Morant, there should have been no problem. So,
but now we can't do this, Rodney.
I know. I don't know if we're going back.
That the Memphis Grizzlies always do this. Go ahead, Boogie.
We got one more subject. We got 14 minutes. T-minus 14 minutes. So let's go ahead and get to it. So as we were just talking about the Warriors and the Kings are up on the Warriors 2-0. And if you haven't been paying attention, you've seen Draymond Green just got suspended for a stomp.
WWE style.
Yeah, also
Steve Austin.
Steve Austin, I'm gonna stomp a mud hole in your ass and walk it dry.
Yeah. He
But
it's deserved.
you know, and I think it's just like so.
Yeah, suspension well deserved, bro.
It's
If you
deserved.
did see it, you know, he was standing over Sabonis.
He should have just failed. He should have just
Bro,
failed.
no, you know what I said, Rodney? I said he should have done the classic sweep through kick.
Yeah.
Like if he would have just stepped over, if he would have stepped over his sternum and sweep that back leg through as hard as he could, he would have gotten away to the kick to the ass, the back, shit. He could have dragged, and then he would just look at the ref and said, "I couldn't get my foot free," and he would have been straight.
I think he still would have got that technical just because Draymond is a personality that gets texts. He's Rashid. You know what I mean? He's Rashid. And the fact that he put his size 13 probably on the sternum.
15.
Yeah. you got to go sit down for the next game. Like,
bro, he jumped off of a man's chest in an NBA game on national TV and then proceeded to
the Kurt Angle leg lock and just went down. I would have just went down. Like, there's no
the ankle lock.
Yeah, just sell it. That's how Sabonis sold it, and
exactly.
Look what happened.
Sabonis did do that weak ass rollover though. Sabonis hit the weak ass leg. I think he realized in the last minute though. Oh shit! I grabbed Draymond's leg. Wait, let me let go. It was too late.
He might punch me in the mouth. You know what I mean? Like,
I have never seen a man stop another man in the chest on national TV in the middle of a court. That shit was crazy.
You seen somebody kick him in the nuts? It came from Draymond's too.
Draymond's kick to the nuts was some of the most classic. Like you cannot those high kicks. He was aiming. So like Draymond, like you said, he got, and when they say like he got it for retaliation, no, nigga, you deserved it. Like I feel Adam Silver, because imagine if y'all are the commissioner of the NBA, because I don't know if y'all saw Get Up this morning, but Damian Woody put it in the perfect context. You're the Adam Silver. You're watching this game. You see a man just catapult his 240-pound 6'8" body off of another man's chest via a kick, and then instead of him showing any remorse, he starts pumping up the crowd like he's fucking Gladiator. You know the day I'll kill Maximus. You're acting a fool out here in front of everybody, and you're breaking the rules. No, bro, you gotta sit. Like, because at this point, money's not affecting you. Like the checking you up's not affecting you. Free throws aren't affecting you. We just gotta sit you because your team needs you.
But this is his role. To be honest, though, this is the role that he has for the Golden State Warriors, to rile people up, to get under people's skin. He's not scoring 10 points no more. Like he's not doing quadruple doubles anymore. So
he's mucking up the game.
His best asset is my mouth, my attitude.
Pause. Listen, Draymond's best asset is his mouth. Pause.
But I mean, because now he's selling his podcast. Like it's just, to me, he's doing more things now. It's just not just basketball to him. He's actually looking to the next step of his life, which is fine. That's what you're supposed to do. But when you're not an integral part, so to speak, like we're not getting buckets from you, all we need is rebounds and outlets. Yeah, take your text. You next time clothesline them, whatever.
And you got 5 of these old Draymond. We need
use all 5.
All 5 hard ones.
Yeah, you probably incentivized to use all your 5s. Like, you know what I mean?
And that's basketball too. That's like real game planning basketball too. So I'm not mad at that. I just think that if I'm a teammate, I'm looking at him like, you kicked him in the stomped his chest.
If that would have been Clay, would they call it a tech?
I think they would have called it a tech, but I don't think he would have got a suspension.
I think it would have been a common foul.
I think the way that he stomped is gonna get you the tech, because it was like full on, like I'm making it be known.
Yeah.
Like I'm really giving you this stomp. Get the fuck off me. And I know people, and I'm an advocate for you don't get to choose how someone responds to you. Like if you slap somebody and they beat the fuck out of you, that's your fault. You slapped them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a complete advocate. But like when I watch that, I'm like, as just a human being, all of us can watch that and say like, come on, bro, you did a little too much, bro. Like a lot too much. Like you
So does Sacktown win Game 3
Yes.
with no Draymond?
Yes. I think the Warriors are done. And it's not like Warrior hate or anything like that. If you watch and you watch it, I know that's why you asked, Ronnie, because you watch it too. Hey, no.
I just want to know.
De'Aaron Fox, flowers, confetti, you
Right.
him, sir.
Right.
Like
He's
you
finally
him, sir.
getting his recognition. Like I said, I like Sacktown right now because, you know, I think pretty years back, like let's say it's 2 years ago, they was in the running and then fell off at the end. This time they are number 3. Like they're not number 7. They're not in the play-in. They actually, you feel me? So you gotta take them seriously. And they showing against the defending champs. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we ain't no punk. I actually have. We have somebody that could switch with Curry, with Mitchell. Mitchell playing outstanding so far. You know, but
and let's not forget. Like I think a big thing is, and my pops always say this too. It's not about like how many shots you make it's when you make them hoes. And like De'Aaron Fox is like matching Curry's threes. Like normally them threes that Curry hit are the Warriors. Clay hit a 3 and didn't even get his arm up. He just fired it in one game and it just went nothing but net. And then like De'Aaron Fox came down and matched it. Him and Malik Monk are doing exactly what you need to do against these guys to keep them from doing what Warriors do, which is come up and bite you and get you on a run. And so like I don't see them escaping. It's just, and they can't win a road game. I don't believe in flipping a switch.
All right,
it's just
all right. So I'm getting the cues that we're going to have to close in a few minutes, but let's get Sterling's take on this, and then we'll go ahead and start wrapping it up.
No, I think the Warriors are getting punked, and they're just getting punked. I feel like look at the degree of Steph Curry's threes. Like there's something from a mental standpoint. They just don't look like themselves. Like Steph is just throwing them up there. That's what it's like out of desperation when they don't really have to. I think the Warriors stick a fork in them, bro. They're done. They're done. I don't think they're going to come back from this. There will be no more championships from the Warriors unless they make some massive trade of some sort. But the roster as it is today, they're cooked. They're cooked.
I would like to take my last assessment and take it back because if Steph somehow finds this, then they might win this whole thing. But no, that's rough out there. No, it's rough out there for them for real. Like I just think that like you are who you are. You are your record. You are the team that you played 82 games to be in, and we can give the Lakers some slack because they changed their whole roster, but the Warriors have been this team that's the Warriors, but they can't get it done on the road. They can't get stops, and I don't.
Every dynasty.
The Lakers. Hey, you in trouble, bro. I'm just gonna let you know, Rodney, because the Kang is he's doing like this over the fence. Let me get one more chance.
I'll be sure to keep in contact with you as the series keeps going.
Oh, we will. We can. We
hear every Wednesday, man. We ain't hard to find.
At all. So, you can find us in these places, matter of fact.
In all these places. Chris got it at the bottom. If you don't know, but if you need it, I can give it to you right here. We'll be uploaded on Spotify podcast directories, Daily Motion, Odyssey, and Rumble. Shout out to my boy Rodney for coming in with us, talking with us today.
On the original Party Boys. You already know. Motherfucking beat, boy.
If you want to go ahead and you want to follow us, our social medias, it should be down there at the bottom of our respective little boxes. But if you need it, it's DJ Slow Boogie with the IND, all one word. That's in every social media platform. If you want to follow the show, it's at Sports Sushi, all one word, on Twitter, sports_sushi at Instagram. Also, we were under the Gratwick Podcast Network on YouTube, and I think it's a Gratwick Podcast Directory on Facebook, if I'm not mistaken. Sterling, can you drop the people your socials and tell them where you can find you, your work?
So you can find me at BuffaloRumblers.com. I'll have a 7-round mock draft ready to go on Tuesday. So we'll talk about that. I'll make sure I send it to you guys. But you can find me on TikTok at Stilo Huncho, and on Twitter at Burrow Sterling.
You already know. And of course, you can find me on Twitter. That's RL Climb SP. you search Big 30, you already know you'll find me that way. I love doing the mock draft with you, Sterling, the other day. Hopefully we can, make this one
Yeah,
next
that was
Wednesday
fun.
just as dope. That shit was crazy. If y'all get a chance, check that out. Once again, what was the name of it? Was the name of that one because I get it mixed up.
Oh,
with the
intentional grounding. So that
intentional
was
grounding. Yeah. So catch us on intentional grounding. When we did that mock draft, that was fun. I can't wait to do the one next week. You can catch me on IG. That's Big 30 The Truth. And as always, everybody, make sure you check out Sports Plug Clothing Company. You can find that on IG. Check out the new merch that just came out. Hello, my name is Him T is available now. It's one of the hottest tees in the streets. If you don't know, you're gonna find out.
All right, everybody. That's another show. Like we said, tune in next week. We got the mock draft coming.